Psychologist. And they don't get to leave until they're good to go. But they're nice and mentally healthy. When I say they're not allowed to leave, they're not allowed to leave. Security will tackle them. I've seen it happen. It's kind of hilarious. What in the world was that? Alright, so let's go do this. Turn this in. And with any chance, we might finish this off relatively soon. Speak with Stateroom. It'd be nice if we can get through this and get to being the envoy. I think it's going to happen soon, though. LOL! For a moment I thought that was LOL. LOL, I knew you'd return! See, like, Staleworm just became, like... just became someone from the early 2000s. LOL. Lo, I knew you'd return. Ishola delivered Severn a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, and a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaper. A thrall of Sahagin? 7 hells! Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates. They're not but the fishback's flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see? But the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back they started snatching law-abiding Lemosians. I'd only just taken my oath when the captain bent knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name. Found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear 'em talk about how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. Of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. But that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guide you back here someday. Always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. Thank you. Wait a second. Okay, I have a feeling this is just going to get kind of annoying. Yeah, kinda. Let's see. Just get rid of that, I guess. Okay, so now how do I get rid of that? I don't care. Go away. Okay. Well, he got banned by Twitch, I guess. And I'll always be in your debt, Staleworm. I owe you a debt too, Fenris. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving my men on the farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Betaron what's happened, from the start to finish. I'm sure you can put in a good word for Severin if you knew the whole story. What's up, my dude? And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travel, son. Alright, so we need to go to Betaron. Let's do that. Betaron. Alright, let's go. The Drowning Wench. Let's see, who's in chat? Hey, lots of people. Supposedly. Hello, Betaron! So then, I had to jump in and fight a golem. Bloody hells! Life on the farm's ain't quite how I pictured it. But you need more yourself over young Severin. Yellow Jackets, ins and outs, hands out the punishments, is a good old mate of mine. I'll ask him nice, and reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence for from Angen to Keol. Kindly gent that one. Kindly gent he is. But I'm only jesting. Yeah. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you gone and done everything old Staleworm asked of you, and more, just to find me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obligated, lad. As for reward, well, she's a lonely lady, the Drowning Wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell? With free room and board, venturing's a tiring business. Is a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly as much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be there'll always be a free bed for you here. So make use of it. Alright, see you later, Dozels. Not that you have much time left for laying around. What with all the levies you'll be doing? Or did I mention? I'm putting your name down for levs. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs, honestly. You'd be amazed how much folks will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give some more a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. They always have some tasks for you to do. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. Are careful to stay on the Admiral's right side of here. Unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, If it turns out that they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay, a proper bleeding reckoning. Perhaps that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to the right to ride it sometimes. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. You have access to recommendations. Oh, yes. Oi, how do you fare, Fenris? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I've got an idea where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the sky lift out in middle Lominsa? If you ever visit the Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's a big bleeding scaffold and attached to a descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labor, that. And I hear they could use some enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs that no other buggers has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke with the name of O'Rickert, and they'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Okay, when can I talk to this guy? Because he gives us a ring. Right, okay. Cool. So we're going over here. Sounds good. Okay, where is the map? I guess we can just go over here. It's right next to the military district. The Maelstrom. Okay, so we need to go to Middle Lominsa. While we go there, I'm going to go pee. All right. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, one aspect of just people aging, by the way, that is kind of like funny when you think about it, is pretty much almost everyone builds. Almost everyone. Doesn't really matter if you're a man, if you're a woman. Some people are bald by the time they're 20. which kind of sucks. But some people are bald by the time they're 20, some people are bald by the time they're 30. You have some people who like die of old age in their 80s and 90s and still have hair. So yeah, this boils down to genetics and boils down to other things. But in all reality, you shouldn't let those things bother you. It's like, look, at the end of the day, the only person that like should be bothered by your hair loss is like, I don't know, people who just are terrified of that. Like, honestly, nobody should be terrified of it. It's just hair. It's fine. You're okay. My leg. In many cases, the people who are really frightened of hair loss are the people who just refuse to accept their age. Like the number of like 50-year-old people who just are just stuck at being 30 is baffling. Okay, Better won't reach out to me, did he? Well, then consider yourself welcome at the Sky Cliff. Look at that bloody clip, will you? One blast of fiery hell from the huge dragon, and from the huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though, so this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen or more workers to handle the growing list of headaches. That what it is. Glad to see you again. Glad to see you again, lad. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosities that sprang out from the milling corn seedling, and his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I knew you'd head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Leof over in Swiftperch, over in western Lanosea. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheroid in Swiftperch. So the journey should be worth your while. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, so just lots of mega crabs to kill. Sounds good. Let's go then. Let's go get this stuff. Make our way over to Swiftperch and see where things go from there. Hello, Wild Jackal. Goodbye, Wild Jackal. So in many parts of the world, they have jackals. In America, where I live, we have coyotes. And coyotes are just as much of a pain. Because they bite everything, they attack your pets. They do all kinds of fun things. Though there's something about coyotes. They don't actually kill that many people per year. I think they like kill like 2 people per year, which is less than mosquitoes. That's less than spiders. More people might die from wolf spiders than coyotes per year. Wolf spiders aren't even poisonous to you. Well, I guess they're poisonous, but they're not like their poison doesn't affect humans that badly. I guess you could be allergic to it like bees. But alright, let's attune to this ether. Hello, life. Has Muir herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of 1,000,000 corn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Here. Is that my 1,000,000 corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swiftberg lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, sir, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abode a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Maybe. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's equip our newer, better equipment. You there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards the brewer's beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship's sailing in the bay. I would march over there. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself. But I am duty bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Cowens, the lighthouse keeper. Sure, fine, I can do that. Thank you. That is very helpful. Now, take this. It is dangerous to go alone. Just jogging around. Right, let's get our way over here. And what's this? Oh, 6 arms! Alright, K-ones. Cool. Okay, how's it going? You say Yellow Jacket sent you here? Eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody is. The bomb which fuels me furnace is all as up and buggered off, so you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed soon, there'll be trouble in the water. I know you're just a messenger, lad, but I can tell a venturer when I see one. Yeah, that's right, they have like mismatched clothes and stuff. I'm gonna need you to chase down a bomb and bring it back here, and bring back a claw. What you ripped from the smouldering corpse. Take this here iron blazer, set her down in the middle of the flock somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going. That frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lad. Well, watch you don't singe your eyebrows. It's very important. Nice. Okay, let's go. No. There we go. Rude. Okay, put this down there and we should be good to go. Oh, fat dodo. Alright. Let's light it. It's got all this purple fart gas coming off of there. Oh, hello! Die. Good. Hello. You know, Dodo, there's a reason dodos went extinct. That should be all those. Unless I need more. Oh, I need one more. That's just a wild dodo. I didn't really care about those. Ah. Hello? Oh, mine. Okay, that should be good. Alright. Yeah, playing as a tank, like you're really beefy as a tank, which is nice. But at the same time, gonna have other problems. Can you jump off of this? No. Look, Anwix. All you need to do is take down the runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Here you go. Oh, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, it should keep things running for a while. Had myself a bit of a look while you were gone, and Lim Lane's cursed me. And Lim Lane cursed me with the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bum was able to escape. Patched up things as best I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might have to have a chat with a yellow jacket friend of yours at Swift Perch and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. That's so. Well, ain't that unfortunate. Alright. I like how these guys have levels, except they don't actually fight anything. It's kind of ridiculous. Hello, Freyloaf. Furnace is damaged? The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild in Limsa Lominsa and explain the situation to the Forge Master Hasnanza. Hasnanza. So what's your name? Hasnanza. Right, I think he's upper decks, yes. Yeah, we need to go this way. Strange how empty that is down there. Okay, so we're going to make our way down to Forge Master. And then we'll see what we can do. I do like how the initial city quest line, at least in Limsa, because I haven't played the other ones yet, how it really does try to at least set up the player for success. Like, that is nice. It tries to show you all the options that you can participate in. It tries to show you how to do crafting, how to do all kinds of things. Nansa. The furnace to the brewer's beacon needs to be passed by God's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. May have the bomb Consweez strapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of the furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Now, Forge Master Hananza, head of Nakwil and Vermelies, wants you to assist the work he has over at Moorberry Dry Docks. What say you to taking on some work for Naldik and Vermilies? We've got a great number of hulking warships to build and a certain number, and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run a missive over to Antwin and Altwin, the head shipwright at Moorberry Docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here in the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place in the docks found south of Lower Lanosea. That's all. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldik and Vermelies. The Moorberry Dry Docks is one of Limsa Lominsa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetherites. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'll be best served by making use of the chocobo porters, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. May the navigator. Okay, so we're going to the Draw Docks. That's in Lower Lanosea. What I need, though, is an aetherite. And then I can just either walk over there, or maybe... I think you can only take a chocobo keep if... Yeah, I think it's only if you, Yeah, I think it's only if you have that unlocked. I think it's only if you've been there before. That's how that works. So, like, we can go over here and we can talk to someone, but I don't think we can actually take a chocobo there. This is what we just were. Quite literally. Yes. Produce suggestion. Are there just a lot of people here for some reason? Oh well, it doesn't matter. More buried Dradulks. Here we come. Oh, a Gobu. We need to kill those. Hey, buddy, guess what? Yeah, well, that was easy. Alright. Let's make our way over here then. Yeah, so what you'll see sometimes is people just sort of riding around in new areas looking for fates. Get up. The nice part about fates is that they adjust to your that you level down to them. So, yeah, that's good. Oh. Alright, stay this. We did it! We walked in and hit it once. We walked in, said, "Aya!" And then, you know, that was it. It almost looks like he's wearing, like, one of those, like, sumo wrestler, like, undergarments, doesn't it? Anyway. Oh, this guy. Maybe he thinks he's a gladiator. He's not a gladiator. But he certainly seems to think he is. Okay. Hello, Storm Private. Okay. So we're not grabbing all the Choco Keeps because, I mean, we're only playing this until we get through until we get to Envoy and do that. So right up until Shastasa, essentially. Just in case you were wondering. Can I get on top of this? Almost. The answer is yes. Hello, Aunt Bream. You have a missive for me from the Forge Master Zanza. I presume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration, another delay. I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? I'm, Fenris Muir. Fenris, is it? Well, Fenris, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships on that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It's a symbol of Limsa Lominsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral era. Thus, we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside of the Thalassocracy. Yet, even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place for layabouts and troublemakers. Oh, that's good. It's a good thing I'm not a layabout or a troublemaker. What are you trying to employ? I mean, look at me, I'm all in red. How could it be a troublemaker? Where in the 7 hills is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment. And now, 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word? A shipwright of mine, a young man named Fismrild. Ferilsmid recently left Candlekeep Quay to return several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Halbruda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the rights, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something I severely doubt. He is telling me the whole truth. I cannot leave my post. I would ask that you travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. You don't think he's upset, do you? Okay, so we got this one now. Provoke! Ah, fantastic. Now when we're tanking, we'll be able to get people off of people. We'll be able to get enemies off of people. Let's head over to Halbruda and tell him that he's a liar and a cheat. And fat, and stupid. And stupid. And he's ugly. And he's a liar. And he's skinny. And he thinks he's smarter than he is. Oh. Yeah, let's read these. 150 and 100, or 250 with a combo. So if you combo these, you get a net of about 100 extra potency. Oh. Gotcha. I guess that's like his way of saying, "Win, play stupid games, win stupid prizes." Like having them transferred to some like island in the middle of nowhere. Oh, would be nice. Would be a be an MMO where if there's a first person option, it actually looks good. Like you can, I don't know, like it's interactive. Not interactive, but, you know, you can see, like, your character moving around from their eyes. Eh? What does that self-righteous dog answer from doubt that I never told him anything less than the truth? You're a liar and a cheat, and you're stupid and fat and ugly and thin. How dare you? I'm not stupid and fat and thin. Turtleback Island? He can't do that. Can he? I swear, my poor Nana's grave. Navigator rest his soul. I know not of this, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble with these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Lominsian cargo ship off the Salt Strand? I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders off the grip. Please, sir, don't let him know. Now, the way I see it is if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have time to get your arse out there, down there to the Salt Strand, and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows? Maybe you'll just run across this everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. You're a liar and a cheat. He's like, oh, come on. I'm not a liar. You're untrustworthy, you're a liar, you're a cheat, and you're a montbonk. He's like, I'm not a montbonk. What's a montbonk? What's that? Oh, there he is. Hello. Die. Hello. I am Fizmrild. You say the foreman's wondering on my whereabouts? I thought he might be. But you must know, I cannot show my face in the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrongs I've caused. 2 nights past I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay. Just as the foreman asked, the seas were right tough. The captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to the fisher to take me out and meet her. By the time we were halfway twixt the shore and the ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yawns. And 'twasn't long before the waves had a hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight. and we was flung headlong into the Lemosian galley. When I awoke, the ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewed across the salt strand. Has made every effort to salvage it, but the strands are crawling with quirkin. Quirkin. Quirm. Queer? If it's a QI, if it's a Q by itself, it makes a K sound. So that'd be Kikirin. It'd be Kikirin. And I ain't one with a sword. Now you see why I cannot return to the dry docks. Ah, yes, the Kikirin. They are here to get you. Hello, gents. Arrgh. The other one just sort of stands there. He's like, not my problem. Bring it on. Okay, tangled rigging. Die. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Doesn't actually do anything. This is on one of us. Folded sailcloth. Yeah, being able to stun enemies is so useful. Alright, here's a minute order. That's right. That night, I was tossed into the seas like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. Below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the Seven Hells, and I awoke to find myself washed ashore. And here I's been ever since. Waiting for a chance to salvage my master's cargo. Here. Oh! Missing parts! I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I'm gonna stop by the quay, so that I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coins. Could you tell Othbrim that I'll be back in the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. Not forget this kindness. Of course. We just kick it in the head as we run past. It's like, ah! It's like running past Yeah, it's just like running past someone and then just slapping them on the ears as you run past them. They're just disoriented, their ears are ringing. Like, ah, why? Okay, Arthwin. What's going on, my dude? I'm relieved to hear that both Fitzgerald and the supplies are unharmed. Though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him, which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day. The seas here, adjacent to the dry docks, was calm as a slumbering child, which leads me to believe that the trouble the ship encountered off Quay was less of the natural sort, and the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Fenris, while I originally had my doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldik and Vermelius. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimthota, head of the watch here in the dry docks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance in investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Lominsa endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who turn their backs on the city-states so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin. Just the thought of it sickens me. Over there. Well then, let's go see who's over here. Hello, Grimthota. She's a Thota! Ah, yes. I had a feeling you would be one of Did we start again? Ah, yes. I had a feeling that you'd be the one that Arthur sent. Since you first arrived in Moorberry Docks, I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It's simple protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then. I assume that Umbran informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates, we believe, are conspiring to raid the dry docks. Were last seen making camp near the ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinet. I would have you approach the men posing as a lost adventurer, and see if you cannot somehow learn their intentions. Kanago, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Alright, let's go to Kanago. How's it going, my friend? Fenris! Haha, I knew it. Now it's a dean's...